Hey, bringing you another episode of Almond's Joy. I hope that your week is going good, and I hope that you have joy in everything that you do. But most of the time, we don't, do we? We want to start off the day and have joy and we be thankful for everything that we've got, but something comes up, something happens, some trial, some issue, some difficulty, some problem that doesn't bring us joy. It doesn't make us happy, and we want that to end so we can go back to having joy. I want to challenge you with this passage right here. This passage right here, it challenges me because I have difficulties in my life, at least what I think are difficulties. And this verse is a challenge for me, but I hope also an encouragement. Do you want to have joy all the time? Well, all of us would say yes. All of us would say, yes, that is what I want. I want joy all the time. Well, this is how James would tell you that you get it. In James 1, 2 through 4, it says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you face trials of various kinds." What? That doesn't make sense. Count it all joy? Count everything that happens. We count it all joy when we meet trials of various kinds? I would rather it say, I'm going to count it all joy when I get that promotion. I'm going to count it all joy when I get married. I'm going to count it all joy when I have children. I'm going to count it all joy when my children are grown and out of the house and I'm an empty nester. I'm going to count it all joy when I get retired. I'm going to count it all joy when I get my debt paid off. I'm going to count it all joy when I can go fishing every day. I'm going to count it all joy when the things happen to me that are good, that I think bring us joy. But the writer of James is saying, we live in a broken, fallen world. We've got things that go on in our life we don't think will bring us joy, but God's going to use them to produce joy if we will allow Him to do it. Because He says, count it all joy. If you're going to want joy every day, then you're going to have to count everything that happens to you every day as something that will bring you joy. You have to believe God that that's what you're going to receive is joy when you go through it. But many times we don't, and we allow Satan to come in and tempt us to wonder why a loving God would allow these things to happen. Why would I lose my job? Why would this person die? Why would I have this health issue? Why are my children this way? Why can't my life be this way? I would be a lot happier and I would have more joy, God, if you would live life the way that I think it should be lived. And that's just not the case, and that's just not going to happen, is it? And so James says, count it all joy, my brothers, when you face trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. You see, if we want joy all the time, then we have to have our faith tested. It's when our faith is weak, it's when our faith is not strong that we don't have joy, because we can't control what's going on in our lives and we're not happy. We're not joyful because sometimes our faith in God is not strong enough to know that He will be with us through this trial. But see, it produces steadfastness. And when steadfastness has its full effect, some of you are going through something right now that God is going, stay with me. Be faithful to me. Increase your faith. Know that I have you. I've got you. I've got this situation. Are you going to trust me in this situation? You see, people, when you learn to trust God in those difficult moments, the rest of them are icing on the cake, aren't they? The rest of them, you do have joy. But when we can count everything that happens to us as joy, that's when our faith is really proven to be genuine and true. So our faith has to be tested. We have to go through these things. And once it has its full effect, that means you have to go through the trial with God in order to get through the other side. Is it going to be easy? No. Will joy be the product? Yes. If our faith in God is true. If we put that faith in God, I believe that we can have joy in the beginning of the trial, during the trial, and at the end of the trial. I believe that's what the writer of James has figured out. And it says, let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. Would you have joy in your life if you lacked nothing? I don't want anything. I don't need anything. I'm content with what I have. I will take the blessings that God has given me. I will take this day that God has given me. I lack nothing. God has me. And all I want to do is live for God. And if I'm going through this trial, I thank God for the breath that I have and the opportunity that I have to maybe serve someone in the midst of my trial, in the midst of my storm. Let's be the kind of people that count everything joy. And you might find that you're a little bit happier and you have more joy. Have a good one.